Hello friends, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365, and today I'm going to review the 4K Best Buy exclusive Steelbook edition of the 1992 Disney animated classic, Aladdin. Channel, please hit the like button, subscribe, hit that bell notification. I put out videos every single day. You can also find me over Twitter and Instagram at MovieGuy365, as well as over at the Disney Magic Hour podcast. I will go ahead and leave a link for that in the description. Here it is, Aladdin, 1992 version, animated classic. It is actually one of my favorite, if not the favorite, of the Disney animated library. This was the movie that got me back into Disney animation. I grew up in Southern California and I was all about Disney, Disneyland. I lived literally 15 minutes away. But when I moved to Pennsylvania when I was around 12, it just kind of fell off and it just stayed like that for a bunch of years. And then finally they were showing I went to a local theater and they were showing a double feature, which is Beauty and the Beast and Aladdin, and I fell in love with the format all over again. Just it was so beautiful. It inspired me. It brought me into a brand new realm of understanding movie and how they're not just, animated features aren't just relegated to kids. So I appreciated that quite a bit, and it still sticks with me. I mean, Robin Williams is iconic in this role. Just so much to love here, and I could really talk about it all day. But we're going to jump into the disc review, but before we do that, we're going to take a quick look at the unboxing of the Steelbook. Alright, here it is, the Aladdin 92 Steelbook Edition 4K. Of all the images I would have imagined for this one's really nice. I would have loved the initial Laserdisc CAV version of that as a cover. I know they sort of did that with the 2019 version, which is better than nothing, but this on here would have been amazing. I would have just went crazy for it. But anyway, I really enjoyed the cover. And then of course you have the back there with the genie and the spine. And then interior wise, nice little shot of Agrabah. It's actually a very nice shot. I'll talk about that in the picture quality, but it really looks good. I enjoy it quite a bit. So, all right, yeah, that is the Aladdin Steelbook. So let's talk about the picture quality and the audio. Okay, so let's talk about the picture quality and the audio. I always felt that the previous iterations of Aladdin in Blu Ray, for one, they were not formatted correctly as they were intended theatrically. I knew that right off the bat. And I'm pleased to see that that's no longer the case here. It's formatted in the proper 1:7:8 format of the ratio, and it looks great. It honestly does look great. But I always felt that the previous Blu-rays, aside from that formatting issue, kind of seemed oversaturated. I always felt that the redness of a lot of the scenes were just too much. They kind of had that weird effect on your TV. And of course my TVs were properly calibrated, but it just always stood out to me. But I mean, I was always appreciative to have it in the latest format, even though it seemed like it took forever to get the Blu-ray. I'm glad that when Disney started releasing these animated classics in the 4K format, this wasn't like the others where it's, was literally the last. So I was very pleased to get it. Now, going back to the contrast, I feel a lot of the scenes were definitely just, it looks proper to me. It looks good. There's a richness to it. The HDR really helps it along greatly here. And I think that may have been what was missing all along. The scene where they show Agrabah and the palace at sunset or sunrise, and that richness, instead of just looking like kind of a mess, it actually just looks gorgeous. It looks beautiful. The HDR really shows off here. All the bright colors, blues, and the blueness of Genie, especially during the beginning opening scenes, just look fantastic here. The Cave of Wonders, just those little HDR highlights really go a long way. There's even an increased attention to detail that look fantastic throughout. Look at the Cave of Wonders scene with the sand. You can practically see individual grains. It looks that good. Overall, black levels are nice and deep, a lot deeper than I remember them ever being on Blu-ray. And they just look fantastic overall. It's an awesome looking image. I think really it's a night and day difference, to be honest with you, over the Blu-ray. I know some people have difficulty, justifying a real difference between a 4K image of an animated film versus a Blu-ray, but the differences are absolutely there. You gotta just really be aware. Pop in the old Blu-ray, like real quick, watch a couple scenes, and then throw in a 4K under HDR. You will be hard-pressed not to find a difference. It's really, really there. As far as audio goes, yes, Disney Atmos at its best, quote unquote, and it's unfortunately that they're mixed on the low side. Now, there's a great amount of immersion. Once you crank everything up to your proper level that you really want to listen it to, this is a surprisingly very immersive track. It's really good. There's a lot going on, especially in the market scenes. You can hear chatter going on behind you and off to the sides. I always noticed that also in the previous Blu Ray iterations, but for some reason it feels more fuller here. It feels good. It feels like you're really there. And I like ambient sounds. Those are my favorite kind of sounds. It's easy to have, like, you know, pick out something like the carpet flying around your speakers, which you get, and that sort of thing. But for me, it's the ambience throughout the rest of the movie are the important little touches I really enjoy. Audio-wise, absolutely. Of course, it is, as I mentioned, mixed on the low side, but nothing that really can't be solved by just cranking it up like 5 decibels. You should be fine there. Overall, Aladdin Steelbook Edition is a fantastic and welcome addition to the 4K library. Love the Steelbook cover. I love the movie. Everything I enjoy about this movie is here. It's in my opinion, looks the best it's ever looked on a home format. Let me know in the comments below if you picked up Aladdin 92 in 4K. Which version did you pick up? There were a number of exclusives. I really did dig the Target one. It's just being a busy week with releases, I just couldn't justify getting multiple copies, so I opted for my Steelbooks since that's what I really go for. But let me know in the comments, and in the meantime, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. I put out videos every single day. So until next time, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. I will see you at the movies.